Hey there! Fourth episode of our How to Create a Canto Song workshop. Let's go! I'm falling down. This time we will talk about all the connecting stuff. So in a usual band you would perhaps have a keyboard player who's playing some spacey sounds and keeping the sound together. We have to create that by our voices as well. So the first layer that we add to have that glue between the different song parts is that we are singing all the rakkatakka voices through a microphone. And then after that, we are taking these signals and leading them through a guitar amplifier. And together we have then a more heavy guitar sound like this one. So this is the sound. So this was the sound through the angle guitar amplifier. This is the sound without the angle. And then we combine them to have a more glued. So here you already have the feeling of a complete rhythm section of a band playing together. And then on top we add some melody parts that try to support the harmonic evolvement of the song. We call these pad vocals. Sound like this. So these are very soft vocals, like and we do it most of the time. Jan is doing these pad vocals, sometimes doubled by me, which makes no difference because we actually sound exactly the same, as we noticed in this recording again. And then you have that rhythm component. You have already the rhythm guitars bringing the heavy metal heaviness, and then you have these pads that sound more like a keyboard. And then, of course, there are parts, you can also see it here, where there are no keyboards, because that's the parts mostly in the choruses where we really want to add choirs to the arrangement, and there are a lot of choirs in this one. So this was the chorus. So I played the lead vocals. There is one combination. So what you're listening to right now is drums, it's bass, it's the pad vocals, and it's the choirs. I can also switch on the guitars again, and then you have a complete backing sound of the band. So it's really about layering the sound, and every component has a different meaning to the song. For us, it's important, as we are creating all these layers with our voices, that they also can be distinguished from one another. So everything that you can do with your voice, like singing roughly in the rakkatakka things, like to that very smooth pad stuff, and then also the like regular lead singing sound of choirs, like this is the range that every singer has within one canto, and by recording all of us and layering it in the right amount, and also it's also about mixing then, trying to find the right levels for each layer, we glue this complete sound together. For the choirs, it's interesting that we are working with different layers even within the choir arrangement. That's something we learned throughout the years, and especially with Voices of Fire recording. So it's just bass and drums now. And if you take a look at the choirs, we of course have different voices here. I will start them one after another. All of these choirs are Jan, Ike, and me singing, I think, every voice like 8 times, layering them. So to have that real choir. What I really think is important, and what I personally do not like with other recordings, is when the lead singers are joining the choir, because we try to avoid that. So that's why Ike, Jan, and me are singing the choirs. Bastian sometimes. Sometimes also Ross, but Ross has already a very significant voice. He could be also a very good lead singer, so he's not a prominent part in the choir, because I think the feeling of that huge choir sound, the feeling of space, is also something that happens in your brain, in the brain of the listener, and it just doesn't feel natural if you have a very prominent lead singer. And the lead singer is also part of the backing choir. It would never happen in the real world, because you have a lead singer and a choir singer who exactly sound the same, and then all the space is getting smaller and smaller, because your brain, from a listening perspective, knows, they recorded this thing like twice or 3 times, and then the complete feeling is done. So that's why I like lead singers in front of a choir, recorded by different singers, and we have many of them, so why not use it for choirs like this? Lead vocals, next episode. See you there. Thank you.